In celebration of the National Heritage Month, the Philippine Consulate General in Frankfurt, in cooperation with Magkaisa Creative Space, presents the Modern Day Rizals in Heidelberg. Welcome to the Rizal tour for the Philippine Consulate General in Frankfurt. Let's go! Hallelujah, hallelujah. I was fortunate to join Consul General Marie Yvette Banzon Abalos as she led a group of Filipino scholars in Heidelberg and Wilhelmsfeld on a Rizal heritage tour. Two cities of Germany, where Dr. Jose Rizal had his sojourn at the year 1886 and immediately fell in love with the historic and romantic city. The group had an up-close and personal exchange with Dr. Fritz Hack Ullmer, a direct descendant of Rizal's German friend Pastor Karl Ullmer, and Mr. Klaus Hartung, a well-known German Rizalistas, who co-organized the heritage tour with the Philippine Consulate General in Frankfurt. Our meeting place and first stop was at the University of Heidelberg Eye Clinic in Bergheimer Straße, where Rizal studied as an ophthalmologist. Dr. Jose Rizal learned about a new surgical method for cataract operations, so he could in the years later cure his countrymen and his mother. Next stop was at the Karlstrasse 16, Heidelberg. This is where Rizal's first residence or boarding house in Germany, located near Heidelberg Castle. Rizal's second boarding house is located at the Universitätsplatz or Grabengasse 12, Heidelberg, where he wrote A las Flores de Heidelberg on the 22nd of April 1886. A historical marker which states that Rizal lived in this house from February 18 until June 1886 can be found. In May, he moved to the nearby mountain village of Wilhelmsfeld. Located at Rizalstrasse 7 is Pastor Karl Ullmer's house, where Rizal stayed as a guest and finished the last chapters of the Noli Me Tangere. A historical marker can be seen on the house facade. The tour was graced by newly elected mayor of Wilhelmsfeld, Mr. Tobias Tangel, who is the current resident of Rizal's former residence in Wilhelmsfeld. The Rizal Park was opened in 1978 and can be found at the Karl Ullmer Weg in Wilhelmsfeld. Monuments of Rizal's academic mentors can be found at the park: Professor Otto Becker and Professor Rudolf Virchow. He gained many friends with whom he shared his passion for science, and in the process, he mastered the German language. There's Pastor Karl Ullmer, where he gave a hand-signed dedication of the first printing of the Noli book, and Ferdinand Blumentritt. A life-size statue of Rizal can be seen at the park and was designed and sculpted by Professor Anastasio Caido of University of the Philippines. The statue marker declares that Rizal lived in Wilhelmsfeld in 1886. After retracing the footsteps of Rizal in Heidelberg and Wilhelmsfeld, be stimulated by these three Filipino scholars that I met during the tour.
Hi, I'm Paulo Lorenzo. I've been living and studying in Germany in Heidelberg for the past 6 years. I did my PhD here and I just finished recently, and currently I'm a postdoc and working as a scientist.
Hi, my name is David Peralta. I am 37 years old. I have lived in Germany in the Heidelberg area for 13 years now, and I came here as a student, and I also work now in publishing in this region, in the area.
Hello, my name is Fidel Serrano. I've been here in Heidelberg for about 5 years now, studying biochemistry and trying to finish my PhD.
So how did Rizal inspire me? I studied in Ateneo de Manila from elementary all the way to my university. So knowledge of Rizal has always been there. And you're always inspired, even as little kids. And you always hear about his travels abroad and his life and time in Germany. And even as a student before, you would always wonder also what kinds of experiences he got here and how it opened his mind. And I guess that was also a small reason why I ended up studying abroad and ending up in the same university where he studied here. That it's good to build yourself first in your homeland, but then also to open your mind and to explore other things in other countries and to learn from them. And I think I'd like to hope and think that the same way that he also got a lot of things from Germany and it ended up as a country that he loved, that's something that I also experienced and got and learned when I was here.
So how did Rizal inspire me? I would say I'm inspired by Rizal because of his thirst for knowledge, of how he taught himself medicine, how he went and learned about ophthalmology to cure his mother, and how he just went for it. He did not ask for permission to go abroad and to learn from the greats, but at the same time he did not sort of stay in this academic silo. His heart was always in the Philippines, and he always searched for ways on how can he apply his technical knowledge and his international experience with a view of liberating the Philippines and liberating the Filipinos. So I think that's what inspires me about Rizal, is his just absolute thirst for knowledge, but at the same time, his heart in applying that knowledge to help his country.
Siyempre sa pag-aaral natin, marami tayong natutunan tungkol kay Jose Rizal, sa kanyang mga pagbiyahe at ang kanyang buhay sa Pilipinas at sa ibang bansa. So all of us, growing up, also aspired, he served as a role model to us and inspired us, of course, to pursue further studies. As I'm studying now cancer biology here in Germany, he serves as an inspiration to work harder, study harder, and of course be more of a hero, somewhat of a hero ourselves to ordinary Filipinos as well, and as well as to the people we meet here in Germany. And yeah, we all aspire to be like Rizal, of course.
So message for the Filipino students. So when I first arrived here and at the Jose Rizal statue, I was shocked that there's also a bust of Rudolf Virchow. And me as a cell biologist, here is the father of modern cellular theory. And I was shocked that a Filipino has a direct link to the father of cell biology. So my message for Filipino students would be, go out and do it. Be the best that you can be. If Rizal taught us anything, it's that we do not have to ask for permission to be among great people. So if Rizal can do it, we can do it too.
So my message to the Filipino youth, the Filipino students, the Filipino scholars like me would be to study Rizal, to be inspired by his life and his works, and for us to live more like Rizal every day, and to aspire to be like him, and and of course to serve the Filipino people and to live by this example he set.
Siguro para dun sa mga Pilipino na nandito sa Germany, maraming mga lugar na binisita ni Rizal at kung saan din siya tumira. Maganda rin na bisitahin ninyo minsan, katulad dito sa Heidelberg at sa Wilhelmsfeld, at marami ring information galing sa consulate at sa embassy kung interesado kayo siguro sa mga ganitong tour. So the tour was really fun. Tapos yun nga, you don't just learn something na nababasa mo sa textbook tungkol kay Rizal. Narinig din namin yung mga kwento directly from a descendant of someone na interacted with Rizal and hosted Rizal. So it was very, very informative. So salamat!
So when I first learned about the tour, I immediately jumped at the opportunity. I think it's almost a civic duty to learn our history and to be cognizant of our history. And I think it was really nice that we got to learn the history from a descendant, as David said, of Pastor Ullmer himself. It was nice to see a personal touch for all of these stories and yes, learn our history and use it to shape our future.
Sobrang saya ng tour at sobrang magandang opportunity upang matutunan yung buhay ni Rizal dito sa Heidelberg. Sobrang swerte namin na nakuha namin ng mga kwento mula sa kamag-anak na nag-welcome kay Rizal dito sa Heidelberg. Kaya napakagandang opportunity at siyempre salamat sa Philippine Consulate.
Today was again another tour here in Wilhelmsfeld and before in Heidelberg, and I think our guests appreciated very much the information about Rizal here during his stay in Germany.
Friends of Rizal, we had the most enjoyable afternoon and morning in Heidelberg with the Consul General and his wonderful, most interested group in the history of Rizal in Heidelberg and Wilhelmsfeld. Thank you all.
After a most wonderful afternoon with Dr. Ullmer and Mr. Hartung, we're hoping to build in the future a network of Filipinos here in Germany who will continue to tell the stories about Rizal.